You won't believe what Bulgaria is secretly transporting to Ukraine. Exclusive: Ukrainian gunship helicopters strike enemy fortification line with precise rocket attacks in daring mission. Russian Ministry of Defense releases shocking footage of kamikaze drone obliterating British-made air defense vehicle. What Bulgaria is secretly transporting to Ukraine. What losses Russian army have as a result of Ukraine helicopter attack. What secret materials Russian Ministry of Defense published. Let's answer on these questions in this video. Scores of trucks carrying military fighting machines traverse Bulgaria en route to Ukraine, as stated in the weekly report of Bulgarian media outlet Obeykativno.bg. According to the report, the trucks originate from Greece, cross Bulgaria, and enter Romania. From there, they are dispersed to Ukraine. Since the commencement of the war in Ukraine, Bulgaria has been transformed into a transit country. In addition to Greece, Turkey also leverages Bulgaria's road infrastructure to transport armaments. However, transporting military equipment does not always imply they are headed for Ukraine. NATO also employs Bulgarian infrastructure to transport military equipment for upcoming or already executed military exercises in the region. On October 1st last year, this was the scenario when 24 Abrams tanks were ordered for transport via the Trachea Highway. Obeykativno.bg relies on information from another Bulgarian media source, 24 Hours. The newspaper asserts that tanks, trucks, armored personnel carriers, and all kinds of combat vehicles were loaded onto platforms pulled by Romanian-registered tractors. The newspaper, 24 Ceasa, further stated that these vehicles are permitted to pass through the border without inspection. The newspaper asserts that they are loaded at the Alexandroupolis port in Greece and transported to Ukraine. Romanian trucks loaded with combat vehicles are consistently in motion along the entire route, from the border between Ormenio, Orestiada, Soufli, and Alexandroupolis towards Bulgaria. In the opposite direction, unmanned tankers are dispatched to retrieve NATO equipment from the port. According to reports from Greek news outlet 902.gr, significant military hardware arrived in Greece in the beginning of March for the final time. The U.S. transportation vessel, Liberty Pride, delivered military equipment to the northern port of Alexandroupolis. Greek officials claim that this equipment was designated for the Atlantic Resolve 23 exercise and Defender Europe, both of which are NATO-organized drills that engage member states of the alliance. The Liberty Pride is one of the primary transport ships utilized by NATO. This American vessel, spanning a length of 200 meters, is capable of conveying a vast amount of heavy military armored equipment. The ship is American, but it has been allocated to NATO's framework to address the needs of the alliance in Southeast Europe. In recent months, Alexandroupolis has emerged as a crucial center for military equipment. As per IN.gr, an online news portal, the Americans already refer to Alexandroupolis as Suda Bay North. The Americans currently have a base in Suda Bay, located on the island of Crete. Enormous transport vessels are anticipated to dock in Alexandroupolis to discharge military equipment that will be conveyed to Northern Europe, NATO nations, the Baltic region, and particularly to nations bordering Russia. The port will be replete with combat helicopters, tanks, cannons, missiles, multipurpose missile launchers, everything that the most sophisticated military industry can provide, stated the Greek report. Ukrainian gunships rain rockets on Russian targets near Bakhmut. From a concealed location in Ukraine, 3 gunship helicopters, Mi-8, rise and head towards the prolonged Bakhmut battle against Russian forces, flying low over the terrain. As they near the eastern city, the helicopters rise abruptly, discharge their rockets, maneuver sharply and return to base, gliding just above the ground. Pilot Petro reveals that the objective is an enemy fortification line comprised of troops on the ground, armored vehicles, and an ammunition depot, after completing a 30-minute mission. The fortification is situated close to Severodonetsk, which the Russian army captured last spring, in the northeast of Bakhmut, where Ukrainian troops are almost surrounded but still resisting, despite significant losses on both sides. Since the Russian invasion over a year ago, Ukrainian pilots have flown their aging Mi-8s and larger Mi-24s on a daily basis for combat missions. At the young age of 23, Petro appears small in his ill-fitted flak jacket, but he has already participated in nearly 50 combat missions. As his helicopter is refueled and equipped with new rockets, he goes over the most recent attack from that morning at a base that cannot be disclosed for security reasons. Before the flight, we choose the flight route, employing special apps to maintain the lowest feasible altitude, explains Petro. For instance, if we see an altitude of 180 meters, it's too high. Then we search for lower locations and come across 130 meters, 100 meters. The goal is to fly below the general countryside's height to avoid detection on Russian radars and for them to remain unaware of our arrival, Petro adds, with a hoodie covering his entire face except for his eyes. The AFP camera, placed inside the cockpit for the entire mission, captures impressive footage. The ground races by at approximately 200 kilometers per hour, 125 miles per hour, with only a few meters separating the helicopter's chassis and the terrain. The helicopter only jerks upward when the 30 rockets are fired, programmed to travel a distance of 6,100 meters. When we are 6,200 meters away from the target, we rise 20 degrees, then we launch the rockets, 15 on each side, Petro clarifies. In the video, at the precise moment of firing, the Mi-8 emits black smoke as the rockets fly out of it. Immediately following the firing, the helicopter executes a sharp left turn and drops low for the return journey. The Mi-8s, each with a pilot and co-pilot, fire one after the other. To avoid falling into a trap and being detected by Russian anti-aircraft systems, the return path is different from the outgoing path. On the front line, infantry units are informed of the strike's timing and subsequently send up a drone to evaluate the result. If the target has not been hit, another attack based on corrected data should ensue. At the war's beginning, we didn't have drones. Missions were more complicated and less efficient, Petro admits. But we began to receive drones and other equipment in the summer. Today, we are more efficient. The obsolete weapons system lacks guidance and targeting capabilities, making it only accurate to within 100 to 200 meters. Russia destroys Stormer air defense system with kamikaze drone. The Russian Ministry of Defense has unveiled aerial footage demonstrating a kamikaze drone hitting a Ukrainian Stormer short-range air defense vehicle, creating a cloud of smoke and flames. As per the footage, the Russian armed forces destroyed a Stormer HVM air defense system provided by Britain using the Lancet 3 kamikaze drone. The Stormer HVM is a missile launcher weighing 13 tons. Its primary purpose is to counter the threat of attack helicopters and low-flying aircraft to armored units. The British Stormer has a range of 1.5 to 5.5 kilometers, allowing it to see enemy vehicles from 18 kilometers away. It comes with Starstreak man-portable air defense missiles and can store 8 ready-to-fire rounds, 12 reloads, and a roof-mounted targeting package equipped with an infrared sensor. In July 2022, the Ukrainian military obtained its first shipment of British-made Stormers.